Yeah, I'm visible. I'm audible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon to you here.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So yeah, Omkar, just tell me about detail me about what you are doing in terms of what automation you have done, what tools and technology you have worked with.
Okay, okay. So I started my IT career in 2022 January. So it's
Okay.
been 2 years. I'm working with Bitsol Software India Private Limited, which
Okay.
is in Bangalore. And basically, my client is Avaya in Pune, which is a telecom domain which has a own product of telecalling product. So my role here is as I have started working as an automation test engineer, where I was working with a Java Selenium.
Okay.
Okay, so almost 2 years I have worked with the Java Selenium. So in between, we have shifted to the TypeScript and Playwright.
Okay.
So
Oh,
approximately 3 to 4 months, I was working on a TypeScript and what we call a playwright. But later again, 2 months, 1 month back, I have shifted to the performance engineering. So currently, I'm working fully on a performance testing.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, are you aware about this? Like this is a completely automation testing profile, right?
Mhm.
So okay, let's start with some Selenium questions.
Okay.
So, do you know what is a WebDriver architecture?
Uh, Web driver architecture. I have to remember it. But basically WebDriver is an interface, right?
Hmm.
So we have a Chrome driver, a Firefox driver, and I guess uh, one more thing, there are classes, uh, and also we have a
Include
web.
utility driver, HTML driver. Yeah, there are so many classes.
Yes, I don't remember architecture, so I have
Oh,
to.
no worries, no worries. So, okay, do you know why we write like Chrome WebDriver equals to new Chrome driver? Like, why don't we see why this question is? Because see, WebDriver, you said WebDriver is an interface, right? If
Correct.
it's an interface, there won't be any methods, and all the method will
Right.
be abstract, right? All the
Right. Right.
methods. So why we are using abstract interface instead of why we are not using Chrome driver equals to new Chrome driver?
Okay. So basically, what I know is a web driver is equal to new Chrome driver, right? So the driver is a reference of that Chrome driver class, and all the method we have. There are some method we have in a Chrome driver class, and there are some method I guess we have in a interface also. So we are. I'm not sure. There is a one more class which we inherit actually. So WebDriver is inheriting that class basically, and we indirectly also inheriting the all the methods from the WebDriver
Mhm.
interface in the Chrome driver. So that's why we are using WebDriver is equal to new Chrome driver, so that we can get all the 13 to 14 methods we have in a Chrome driver, like
Mhm.
driver dot get URL. No.
See, see what was my main question was like I said like this is a web browser, there's an interface. There
Oh,
will be
yes.
method, but all the method will be abstract. There won't be any
Correct.
body. So
Correct.
why we are using interface when it doesn't make any sense? You are using a method which don't have body, just name. Instead of it, Chrome driver is a class where all the method is there, body is there. At
Okay.
the end,
Okay.
you're using the class
Okay.
only.
Okay, so here why we are using WebDriver, right? So under WebDriver there are multiple classes. If you can see Chrome driver, Firefox driver, and I guess Internet Explorer, or there is something one more class. So if we are using WebDriver, we can just write WebDriver is equal to new Chrome driver. We can write WebDriver is equal to new Firefox driver. So if we are writing the Chrome driver, then again we have to write Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So each time we don't have to use the similar class. Instead of that Chrome driver, we can just take a reference as a web driver.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. No worries. Do you know what are the methods available in XPath?
Yes. So there are like absolute and relative. Like expat is basically by using contents method, by using text method,
Exactly.
CSS, ID, tag name. By using, we can find that element, particular element.
Yeah, but the methods are text and
Yeah,
contents.
text method,
If,
contents
yeah,
method,
yeah, if I talk,
and
these are the methods. Yeah, you are correct. Okay. So, see, uh, I have a scenario
mhm.
where there is a drop down, and in the drop
Okay,
down, basically the drop down consists of all the countries available in the world, and there is one country called, suppose, India. I just want to validate whether my country drop down has India option or not. How you will do that?
okay. So basically, what we will do, first, suppose in that, when we saw that, when we see that drop down, there will be a first any name like India, or there will be a something name already
Mhm.
present, right? When we click on that drop down, then it will show the list of countries. So first, we will find the X path for that particularly text, like like a text box. Okay. Then we will perform a click operation. When we
Okay.
click perform click operation, then it will show the list. Okay,
Okay.
so again, after performing the click operation, we will add the XPath for the particular country, like suppose India will be present. Okay, so if and we can even click on that India or Australia, anything. So in this way, we can click on it, or else if you are to verify, then we can use the any other method to verify if it is present or not. If it is present, then it will print, or else it will fail.
But do we have some simple basic like we are using drop downs, right? So we should have some basic method available in the drop down itself to achieve this thing, right?
List method we can use. We can just get the list from the list drop down. We can just get whatever the countries present there, and we can add the if else. If that list contains this India or Australia, then
What
it
method
will
name
pass.
is that? What is the method?
List.
List method. So is there any method available in the drop down as list?
List, not a list, but we can use the list, right?
See, at the end, list it as data just to
Yes,
store it, the data type, right?
yes.
The way by using list, you will store the data. But I'm saying, what is the method available in the drop down which will give you all the list? What is the method name for it?
Mm, that I don't actually. So basically, uh, uh, we have actually one reporting tool, MSTR. So
Mhm.
what we are doing there, so we have option one where we have time zones, basically UTC time zone, IST, and Australia. There are 3 to 4 time zones, which, as you said, so there is a text drop down box. When we click on that, then there will be a list of drop down list of time zones. So
Mhm.
we are performing the same action there. We are just clicking on that again from that list. We are clicking. So
No,
we
no worries. So have you heard about get options like in the drop down get options?
it's
You heard?
yes, 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 yes.
So what is the
Get
use of
attribute actually.
get attribute? Get options.
Yeah, yes, I heard, but I didn't use that.
Okay, no, no worries. Okay. So there are ways. Suppose I have a page. Okay,
Hmm.
when I just logged in,
Hmm.
sometimes, not all the time, sometime out of 10, I will say 2, 3 times there is a pop-up, alert pop-up is coming.
Hmm.
Okay. But I'm not sure. Like if I log into the system, it will come or not. Okay. It is totally random. So
Okay.
according to you, how you will alert, how you will handle this alert.
Okay. Uh, so what we can do there, so when we perform the login functionality, right? So once the page is loaded, so we can add one condition there. If
Okay.
that pop-up is basically present, then we will decline it or accept it. So in our project, what we face, we many time when we log in the agents, basically we are a telecom company, so when we log in the agents, we it is clear sometime, most of the time it logins correctly, and we see the page where agent is state is ready or not. Or sometime we see one pop-up message where it shows that a retry button. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
retry or end other button. To to face that, what we did, we basically add one what we say condition there. If we saw that pop up, we will click on a retry. And there also we have added one condition. It will greater than three, like means three times it will perform that action, retry action. If it doesn't work, it will fail. If it is works, then it will verify the further page.
Okay. Okay, fine. No worries. Um, so for execution, what are you using? Like Selenium you are using, and
Uh,
for programming language you are
Actually,
using Java, right?
what?
Programming language you are using Java or what?
Yes, we are using Java, Selenium, and so we are also using the Cucumber and Maven for the dependency management.
Okay. So you with a Cucumber,
Mhm.
how you are executing test? Like
Uh,
what are the runner you are using?
uh, Runner I didn't get means.
How you execute your suit? Like you have 100 test cases, right? So how
Okay,
you
yeah.
execute those?
We have created the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so from there, we make a suit of that. So
Got it. That is not a question. I'm saying Jenkins is the last thing, last resort. But I
okay.
want to execute
We
all
using
test cases.
JUnit.
Right?
We using JUnit.
That's
Yes,
exactly that's what I'm asking about. So JUnit has some annotations, right?
yes.
What are those annotations?
Like that annotation basically at the rate test, at the rate before method, at the rate after method, that we use when we have to execute test cases parallelly or sequentially.
Okay. Okay. Um. So do you ever heard about a annotation named depends on attribute depends on?
No, actually, to be honest, I like I'm not much aware about that. Uh, this is why, because when generally we have configured JUnit, right? And we have some like configuration data where we add our lab details and all.
Mm.
So we create the feature file. We
Okay.
create the feature file. We add the gherkin steps there, like a
Mhm.
given when then, and then second we create the step definition file. Inside the
Okay.
step definition file, we again use that at the rate then when, right? And in the Selenium at the
Uh-huh.
rate then when we use, and we add the step definition method there. From that step definition, we are again creating the runner class file, means basically page files where we are
Okay.
adding our methods, like whatever the methods we have to add. So that method we are calling in a step definition, and from the step definition, where we are adding at the rate then, and again in the double quote or single quote, double quote, we are adding that gherkin steps, that we again pulling in a what we call a feature file, and where we are passing the strings and integer.
Okay. No worries. Okay. So is there any reporting tool you are using to generate your reports?
We use basically Jenkins, where we get the Allure reports.
Why I'm asking is, see, Jenkins is for the purpose of Jenkins is continuous integration and continuous
Continuous
execution.
deployment, correct.
But on the Jenkins is like you have 100 test cases, you would finalize it and you just post it thing in some server or machine, and Jenkins is executing all those. But that's not our daily job, right? Our daily job is to enhance our test case, right? To create a script. To create a script, you need to execute those test cases in your local. There is no
Right.
other way, right? So that's why I'm saying what reporting you are using. Because from only the reporting you can analyze whether my test case has been passed or failed. Is there any error, right?
Okay. So I guess test ng we use basically.
Test any report you're using.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe
that's
I'm
that
not
is that is
100%.
best. That's fine. It is the best thing you can do. No worries. Okay. So, TestNG, if you are using TestNG, then just last question from TestNG. So, when suppose I have a 10 test cases, okay,
Mhm.
and on one execution, 8 of the test cases has been passed and 2 are failed.
Mhm.
So, 2 test cases which are failed, where you will get the entry of those test cases in the TestNG.
Actually, in the terminal itself we get those results, right? When we execute it.
Terminal, that's fine. But see, why I'm asking is like after execution, suppose those 2 test cases has been failed due to the environment and all. So you want to execute the failed test cases now.
Okay.
How do you do that?
I didn't do that actually. So mostly, why I'm also not aware about the reporting also. So majorly what we are doing, we are running the single test cases, okay, locally.
Okay,
Then that single test cases pass. Then immediately we were pushing that into the Bitbucket PR, and we are executing the Jenkins pipeline
got
to
got
generate the earlier report.
got it. Okay, okay. In that condition, you might not have an idea. I agree. Okay, let's come to the Java part.
Yeah.
Uh, so if I have a static variable, okay,
Hmm.
and a static method also.
Okay.
And there is a method which is not static. Can I call my static method and variable into my non-static methods?
Hmm. Public study. So basically, we have static methods, right? And static variable.
Yep. I want to call both into a non-static method. Can I do this?
Hmm. I'm not sure.
Okay. No.
I'm like bit. I know a bit too low in knowledge of Java
Okay.
actually,
No
because
worries.
I
That's fine.
shifted from the Java again TypeScript and the again performance testing.
Okay. Um. So, can you tell me the scope of protected? Why we use protected access modifier?
Now, access modifier, which we use basically to what we can say, so to prioritize the few methods and whatever the codes. So, like we use public, private, protected methods. So, the suppose I have some methods or some code that should not be used by others, so that we like use by private. We call it make it as a private. So in our framework also, there are some test cases we use private there, so no one can get access of that, or no one can
Okay, I
inherit.
just want to stop you there. Why? See, why I'm saying is like you said, if I don't want to give access to some of the test cases, I will make them as a private. Agree.
Mhm. Methods,
Can
methods,
you
yeah.
give me an example, real-time example? What are those private test cases?
Uh, mm, like there are some private methods. I will call that
Any
methods.
example, which method? Any example, like there is
Any
a method I don't want to give permission.
Okay.
What are they?
So we are working with a real-time web socket actually. So there are a few codes which we have written. Okay. So what happens sometimes someone from other team can reuse that code. So what they did, they just add some their code in our code base, so which may fail our test cases. So make we just make them
How
as a
will it,
private
like,
method.
how is it allowed? Like, see, at the end, if they will try to push their code in the Git repo, it will get rejected, right? They will raise a pull request, isn't it?
Yes.
It will reject those things, right?
Yeah,
So,
we can read, but sometimes it happens most of the times.
so from other team, they are just pushing your code to your repo. You are saying?
No, there is only one repo
Mhm.
for us. Okay, so across that, different teams are working along with. If
Okay.
my code got failed, so what we just go to the bid bucket and we check like who has pushed the recent data into the master. So and
So,
there we can check that yeah, he's pushing. Is it not allowed? But sometimes it happens. So we make some methods as a private.
see, now I will just give you one small liner. Like, see, you said private,
Mhm.
but that is that is exactly not the actual use case of a private. See,
Okay.
if you I will create a method that other teams should not use, then there are other way you can perform it. Like you can create different folder, access those folder. You can restrict those. That can be done. That can be done easily.
Okay.
If you're saying I created a class and created some method which is private, and my team members cannot use it, so it doesn't make any sense, right? So why you have created it?
Okay.
Does it make sense?
So, like, can you suggest like what can be that reason,
I
right? Yes.
will after the interview. I will put it. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Uh, Okay. So have you worked with collections?
Yeah, collection framework.
Collection framework. Okay. So can you tell me how to get value from a hash map?
The hash map. I did it a very long time actually, but basically we use that mapping functionality. Where
Just give me the logic. Syntax is not required. Syntax is don't doesn't important. Like just give me the logic how we will get it.
from the by using key value pair, we do that basically. So from the
Perfect.
from the data tables we pass some key and value pair, and the similar way we are passing into the our method.
Mm-hmm.
And what we are doing is exactly so the similar key value pair we are fetching from the UI table, which is the first row and second row, and we are just comparing if it is in correct way.
Okay.
So the suppose I'm using offered, if I'm hard coded passing offered colon one, that means the offered value should be one. So this is offered colon one we are passing from the data tables,
Mm-hmm.
and from the UI we are fetching those data,
Okay.
and we are by using hashmap we are comparing the both key value
Okay.
pair.
Okay. I just want to give you a single liner, like
Hmm.
a single line, like
Hmm.
string is my name is Omkar. Okay. Now I just need to get all the repetitive character from this string. You just need
Okay.
to tell the logic how you will proceed for that.
Okay.
You can like that is a string. Just need to tell like how you will retrieve all the repetitive character. Like my M has been repeated only one time. Y only one time. N
Okay.
two times. Right?
Okay.
That should be result. So according to you, what should be the logic behind this? What logic you will apply?
In the hash map itself.
No, anything like that will be a string, right? So you can use anything you want.
Means from the string we I have to just get the number of how many times the value. So so we can use the for loop also there. So we can
Definitely
just
use for loop.
add
Yes.
loop, and we can just like not how much, but we can just add the single character. Suppose m is we know that how much time, or suppose there is a single word or single name which is a which has a 10 characters, right? So we have to just know how
Mhm.
many times the m has appeared, so we can just use the greater than method in a for loop, and we can pass the m or n which character we have to use, and in the similar way we can just add a for loop.
No worries. Okay. Omkar, I'm done with the interview. So
Oh,
that's it about the interview.
okay.
Let's pause it and just if you have any questions for the interview, if you have any questions,
No, I don't have questions, but I would like to know from you, like uh,
feedback.
what my knowledge is up to, right, as per the 2 years of experience, and there what are the key points which I have to work on it and I have to study.
The best thing about you is you come forward and you give the mock interview. That means you are brave. Okay. So you are open to get the knowledge. That's the best thing about you. There are
Mhm.
so many people I have faced, have done coaching, have done trainings, done for 2, 3 months coaching. That also they are not prepared. So the best thing about preparation is go get to the market, go mock interviews. Best. Second thing, you see as a 2 years experience, nobody will expect a framework knowledge from you. Okay.
Okay.
Framework knowledge not required, not at all required. Okay.
Okay.
But what you need, how you're working. How you're working means, see, as an end user, how you're fetching where, how you're using your framework, that should be known to you. Like
Okay.
there will be some driver classes, how you are creating object, how you are initializing, how you're
Correct.
sending the data, how you are fetching the
Mhm.
data, how you're
Correct.
validating the data. To achieve this thing, how you're using the runner, how
Okay.
you're testing them, right? Knowledge should be very clear. Okay, because see why? Because your framework nobody's creating, but this thing you're daily doing, right? This you are doing this job daily. So your daily job should be very clear. Okay. If somebody will get identify that okay, this there are few minor gaps in that, that will be challenging, right? He might not get confidence that you are a correct guy.
Hmm.
The second thing, I personally believe that you know things, but due to the certain level of unclarity, you just divert to the topic so many times.
Hmm.
Um, like this good, like the last question also, the questions was different. Your answer, matlab it went to a different direction. That was not an approach. But even if you don't know the approach, just try to give logic. See why what I'm saying. If somebody has to give the answer for this question, like strength, it's a simple thing. Like as a human eye, what you will do, you will read every character, right?
Hmm. Correct.
Every character like M. First you installed somewhere place M. Now go one by one again, forward it. If you
Hmm.
again found M, just increase one.
Okay.
Again found M, again increase one. Go to the next character, store it. If you found N, Y, again increase the counter, increase like
Hmm.
that. That's the program will work, right? That is the
Hmm.
simplest way you can answer. See, nobody literally people are worried about syntax. There are few people who are worried about syntax, but most of the people are interval really doesn't care about the syntax. They just want to check, are you logically good?
Okay.
Because if
Hmm.
you're logically good, if you know how to achieve things, you can use Google or anything, right? At the
And
end, you are going to use Google. Everyone
correct.
knows. So that should be good. So logical wise, you should be correct. So before answering any question, just think how you can resolve as a human,
Human.
not from
Okay.
perspective of language. Okay. Now, the basic thing about salient, see, like drop downs, and ask you one more question. Forget it. Action class you was good. Action
Yes.
class that's the way we handle. Yeah, drop down. See, drop down is I think. If you'll go to the interview for, if you go to 20 interviews, I think 15 will ask you drop down. 15 people will ask you drop down. So that's a very frequently asked question. You should be very, you should be very, very clear about this question. And see, now the thing is, you know how to handle drop down. Sometimes you know how to handle the drop down, but at the time of interview, you are not sure how to explain this thing. So my suggestion is to you is the question according to you, which is compulsory, which will be asked in each and every question, each and every interview, like web driver, driver, new Chrome driver, like this drop down, every interview, please have a hand, have a book, have a notebook with you, have a 15-line answer.
Okay.
If that question will be asked, I will answer it like this. You
Okay.
want to get it the answer from the YouTube, just get a 5-minute video how to answer this question. Just write a notes. If you know how to answer it, then in each every interview, you will just it will be flawless. Okay.
Okay.
Um not, I see that's my feedback. I don't think apart from that you are lagging anywhere. You know this thing, you know things. You just need a small brush ups. Okay,
Right.
small brush.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think 1 week again it will be you will be good.
Okay. So is there anything, any tutorial, like your tutorial also available on YouTube, which I can go? Because I worked on this thing, but I have to brush up the things. Even in Java also, I have to brush up. So I'm also that's why I start, like I thought ki I should give a mock interview and I should know like where I'm
See,
up to.
in if if I will give you any class, see, there are so many things available. Everything is open to the market. I will not say just go to my videos, or I have not created those many videos. I provided live classes. I'm
Hmm.
again not asking you to join those classes. It's totally depend on you. But what I'm trying to say, see, you know the topics where you're lagging.
Correct.
Don't go for any notes or any reference link where all the again web driver Java will be
Mhm.
taught to you. Just go to YouTube, just search the topic, the smallest time frame of video, like
Correct.
5 minutes. If the video is 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then only just the video. Otherwise, skip the video. Like how to handle a drop down. Just check this one. Don't check how to learn Selenium. This way, you
Mhm.
will see n number of videos. You will get
Yes, yes,
stuck.
correct.
Every. Okay. So just search topic wise. You don't need any videos here.
Okay.
Everything is
Okay. So also, I'm not currently working. I was working on a TypeScript and Playwright, but again, it was making me a bit confusion that I still don't have much knowledge on the Java Selenium, but I worked more on Java Selenium. So what should I do? Should I first go with the Java Selenium, or there is a TypeScript and Playwright which I have worked almost 4 to 5 months, but
yes.
that making me bit confusion.
Okay. I will see. TypeScript. See, if you can do the testing by yourself only. Okay. Just go to the naukri.com. Just search TypeScripting automation with TypeScript. Search for the job. Just search for the job automation. Just type web driver and search number of jobs. Just check what are the count of the jobs in two fields. Right? You get your answer. To summarize
Oh,
it for you, definitely TypeScript. If you are trying to search jobs in TypeScript, the number of job will be little low. 100%. If you are see why Selenium and Java, because it's from a very long time. It has a very high community. So most of the company who are already settled, they have already created a framework around Selenium and Java.
correct,
Like
correct.
searching for Selenium and Java, and it's open source also. So they are searching for Selenium and Java. And if you just ask from 10 people, do you know Selenium and Java? I think 9 people will say, yeah, we know. Only one person will say TypeScript. Yeah, you have that knowledge. Make that knowledge as an added advantage to you. But
Correct.
Selenium and Java, or Selenium with Python, or Selenium with C Sharp, you should know.
Okay.
And try to search job around these technology. You will get very high, very good packages. Okay.
Currently, I'm trying to switch in upcoming 3 to 4 months. I have to switch. Actually, I completed 2 years in January, so I'm thinking. So what should I approach? I mean, should I start brush up thing from the combined Java Selenium, or how it should be?
Yeah, just go for any tutorial, any small any classes. If you find any classes, if you find any tutorial, anything, whatever is available to you. If you're not, just come to me. I will provide you some links. You can start from there and start brushing up those things. At least try to create. See, for our company level, you don't need to create a framework, but for understanding purpose, a small level framework is required. It
Correct.
you for your own growth, a small framework is required. Not fully functional, but that framework, because if you just created a small framework, then you know what is the working of that framework because you have just created it from like your child, right? So you know the function. The interviewer comes, you just say, I have created a framework. I know from that top to bottom. Ask me whatever you want. Right?
Correct. Correct.
That kind of confidence will get created.